Good morning, everyone. I'm here in Arizona at Goats with Horns Animal Sanctuary. This little cutie here is Bunny. She is one of our feral cat residents that lives in this large garage that we call the Metal Man Cave. We have a couple things to update you on. We just started to give the pigs some special food. So they had their new food this morning. This food was approved and recommended by the Open Sanctuary Project. They only need just a little tiny bit. It's almost like a multivitamin for in that, it's fortified with different things that they need, to be healthy and cover any nutritional gaps. For the most part, they just kind of nibble on hay and grass and everything else. But even though it is still very hot and we are in the summertime, soon here come fall and winter, the whole pasture actually dies. It's a seasonal grass. So at that point, they're going to need a little bit of extra nutrition. We have Miss Pie Pie here, named Pirate, because she has a peg leg. When she hatched, she had a bad club foot, and her previous owners were able to just have that club foot amputated. So she gets around on her one leg. Her other one is kind of a little stump, like a little peg. That's why they named her Pie Pie, as in pirate. She's a really sweet little girl. And it's funny because chickens and other birds, they have a pecking order, and usually a bird with special needs or a deformity of some sort are ostracized, picked on, and sometimes actually even killed by the other birds. So you would think that, Pie Pie might have a hard time being a more petite chicken as well as only having one leg, but she kind of rules the roost, as they say. Well, hello, this is Rose. Hi, honey. Yeah, she gets along just fine. And if anyone tries to beat her up, she goes right back at them. Her best friend is a hen that recently came to the sanctuary named Kiki. Pai Pai did have two sisters from her previous home that have since passed away. Little girls. So we were happy when she bonded with Kiki. So this week we also had something pretty awful happen. If you've tuned in before, hi Plum, you may have seen our large white Saanen goat named Snowy. You may have seen some of our videos when he was battling polio and he went blind and was severely anemic. He's had a few little health issues the past few months, and he just wasn't himself. Wednesday and Thursday morning, he definitely wasn't himself. There's Giuseppe, Millie. We got Tootsie here in the bushes. So the vet was called out for Snowy, and we thought, oh, they're probably going to tell us he needs a different medication or some sort of special feed, even though he was already on a special diet. We thought, maybe there was something else he needed. Peeking in at Stan in his new digs here. He has his new sign, Stan the Man, established 2023 to commemorate his new coop. It's got a few enrichment toys in there as well. Checking to make sure that he got fresh food. Yep, looks like he's good to go. As I was saying, so the vet came out. We thought it would be no big deal, but we were unfortunately wrong. When the vet went to listen to his breathing, because it seemed like he was struggling to breathe, she could pretty much hear nothing. His airflow was pretty non-existent. Here's Cookie Dough. So we believe that he had some sort of a mass that pushed up through his diaphragm and caused several of his organs to be pushed where they weren't supposed to be. Not only were his lungs not working very well, but they were pushed up higher, as well as his heart and liver. They were all in the wrong spot. There's that Miss Kiki girl I was talking about getting a drink. Fernando, a bunch of friends hanging out. So unfortunately, it was past the point of something that Snowy could recover from, even if he was a young and healthy goat, or a candidate for surgery. The moment that the veterinarians kind of turned him, laid him down on his side, he basically coded. He turned blue. He could not breathe at all, and the veterinarians had to revive him. They they were able to take some X-rays with their portable X-ray, but like I said, they couldn't even get the chance to do any in-depth imaging on him because he wouldn't have made it. Probably because his lung function was so non-existent that for him to lay down, it was, just gravity and even just the ground pushing up on his lungs as he's on his side caused him to not be able to breathe at all. So he was surrounded by several volunteers, and the owner of the sanctuary, unfortunately, she had to be in the office that day. So, of course, she started driving home right away. Hey, Chico. And she put out a call in our group chat saying, can somebody please go there and be with him? And there were several volunteers who left work or were already off work and drove immediately here so that Snowy would be surrounded with love in his final moments. He had a last meal in true Snowy fashion. He just wanted all the food to himself. So he was even, like I said, he could barely breathe, and he was almost kind of coughing and nearly choking on the food, but he still wanted some. Hello, Nala. Hi, pretty girl. Nala shared some of the blueberries with him. But so we are in mourning. We're missing Snowy this morning, especially Gibby, his buddy. Normally at this time, the cows and Rapunzel will have already been let out of their stalls, but we are having a work day today in a couple of hours. And unfortunately, I won't be able to stay for that, but some wonderful local animal activists and volunteers are going to come and probably stack some bricks and hopefully do some cleaning, some raking, and give love to the animals. And because you may have heard cows been called grass puppies before, cows are extremely dog-like. So, just like a dog, they get really excited sometimes with new people. And so if we were to let Nala and Norma Jean out right now, once those activists and people came, they would get so riled up and excited. And while it's super cute and sweet, it's also potentially dangerous just because they don't realize how big they are. And if they're running over to greet someone new, with their 1,500 to 2,000 pound bodies, it could be the recipe for disaster. So they're just going to hang out in their stall for a while. I'll head up to the front, say hello to Gibby. He is munching on a cardboard box right now. It's not just a stereotype. Goats do like to chew on random things. Hi, Willow. Willow loves her little booty rubbed. So let's see if we can, oh yes, get a little tail wag from that. We're a little worried about Gibby just because, he is the oldest goat here. He's the OG of the sanctuary. And now that he lost Snowy, and in previous years he lost his sister Gabby, it's kind of like he's alone. I mean, he's not alone. He sometimes hangs out with the other animals, things like that, but he was closest with his sister and Snowy. Now that they're both gone, that just means it's up to us to give him extra TLC and love. Here's Gilbert. He had some electrolytes this morning. We've been giving the goats some electrolytes to help them with the extreme temperatures. See if Gilbert can do a little tail wag. I haven't met very many goats that don't like booty scritches. Ah, buddy. Now Esperanza's following me. Sweet girl. Okay, let's go say hi to Gibby as he munches on a cardboard box. It's safe for him because it's not plastic lined. For example, if you see those diaper boxes at the store, or a box that has a shine or a sheen to it, that would not be safe. But this is just basically recycled paper, recycled tree bark. And we remove the majority of the tape, or we cut it. So that way, if he, tries to bite it, it's not going to get stuck in him. But they chew on it. They even eat little bits of it. You can see he's already kind of torn this one up to shreds. The cows really will take it like a dog, and they'll just shake it really hard. But as I mentioned, the cows need to stay in their stall a little longer this morning since we're having a work day. And that way, everybody stays safe. So they did get a little produce with their morning calming pellets. Oh, look at that cute face. So that they, they wouldn't be left out when everybody else got a little treat. But yeah, hopefully the shade will stay over in that corner stall over there, because it is going to be a super hot day. What else is new here in the desert? Well, thank you guys for all tuning in and coming around, saying hi to everybody, doing a little roll call and making sure I didn't forget anything. And I actually did notice that I forgot something. I still have to feed one more kitty, so I'm going to go do that now and head out. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Have a great day. Bye-bye.